What a loss for Super Eagles, though they've qualified.
Well, I wasn't expecting anything from the game, but a loss was not what I was also expecting. I was not expecting Super Eagles to go there and bash them, but I wasn't expecting Super Eagles to go there and lose. It was a disappointing loss, honestly.
And you know, it's been long Super Eagles has lost at home. Today being, you know, a game they're supposed to cruise around, again they're supposed to at least hold draw. It was a loss.
Well, you see, I think there's a way you start a game and then you can tell the story of the game. We made a mess of the first half. It was a wasted 45 minutes. You get it. Kelechi and Acho together with this guy in the middle of the park. What's the name of this? Yusuf. Two of them were playing against us today. I didn't understand. Yes, we've qualified, but show some professionalism. You understand? I mean, it's a game you have at home. You have to protect your, what's it called, your record at home of not losing games. The competitor was saying that the competitor said we've only lost one game in 22 qualifying games. So why would you now why would you lose the second one at home? It made no sense. It made no sense, honestly. Even though we've qualified, but at least protect your heritage, protect your record. You get it? Yeah. Uyo is now the home for Super Eagles. Why go there and make a mess of it? It doesn't make any sense.
All right. Talking about how they played today in the first half, it seems like we are segregated. Our striker was segregated out from the team. Nobody is feeding him well. Nobody is seeing him positioning. Nobody is giving him ball. The attack was dead today. No threat, you know, offensively towards their Rwandan team, 18 yards. And same with Rwanda, but let's not talk about them. So how do you see how they played in the first half, considering that there is no effort up there in the first half?
Well, I think it's the combination of the players we used to get it. Boniface, Bashiru, and Iheanacho, Moses Simon included, all four of the attackers we used today were not playing like people who had an idea of how to play with themselves. You get it? Their passes, their, you know, the way they go for their marking. You get it? It wasn't coherent. There was a point in the game where Victor Boniface was lashing out at Bashiru and Moses Simon for not covering the grounds that he has already pressed. So that tells you that these people are playing like strangers. They are not playing like people who are supposed to be teammates. That's why if the press is not being, you know, if your press is not collected, how do you intend to enjoy your passes together? You get it? It is from the press to know that, okay, this is a team. The way you press, then it shows the way you play together. But today it wasn't there. Plus, Iheanacho too. Iheanacho has been like that from the last game. Like I said, he's not supposed to be in the Super Eagles. You get it? On current form, Iheanacho has no business in the Super Eagles. Let us bring players that are in form and play them. You get it? Victor Boniface has just been unlucky. You get it? He's been isolated. It's embarrassing the way we isolate him up front. It doesn't make any sense. You want your strikers scoring, then you need chances created. You cannot expect him to score out of nothing. Look at the barbaric passes he's getting. Is it the up passes or is it the ground passes? All of those passes are embarrassing for players that call themselves professionals. You get it? Look at the passes Bashiru was supplying him. Look at the passes Moses Simon was supplying him. Those were short of the standards we expect from these guys. Honestly, they should do better.
All right, talking about second half, you know, the change of midfield by putting Frank Onyeka in the midfield and Chukwueze in the flank changed the game, and there is a subtle rise in that midfield. That midfield had a spark today, at the time Onyeka came in. Yeah. Then, but suddenly, just suddenly after they scored the goal, I think 8 to 10 minutes after they scored the goal, something happened. They considered 2 goals. 2 goals in 3 minutes. What can you say about that?
Well, it's just them being complacent. To get it, I believe very well that probably psychologically when they scored that goal, they felt like it's done. We've won the game, or maybe worst that can happen is a draw. So they went into that like it's done. You know, business of this is done. They just went into that retirement mode, no zeal to do better. And what's it called? Rwanda caught them. They caught them sleeping. The first goal was a header that came from like a decical way of defending. You get it? First of all, Moses Simon shouldn't have even, you know, considered that free kick. But okay, the free kick came, but we should defend better. Then look at the second goal. Ekong ran, and then, you know, he just got dribbled past easily. Coming back to the midfield, I think it's not even a subtle, you know, sign. You know, it was out there. It was glaring. Onyeka came in and there was a big spark in the midfield. The difference between Onyeka and Yusuf is just darkness and light. You get it? And then, obviously, Iheanacho wasn't in the game. So anybody who is going to replace Iheanacho would bring impact, no matter how small. Because Iheanacho was just off. He was off today. Today is just one of his poor showings. And you look at the way, what's the name of this guy? Bashiru too. Handed that number 10 role. Makes you wonder if maybe in a tournament that we are playing, Iwobi gets injured. Is this what we are going to be left with? It made no sense. Those attacking guys there. I mean, we should have at least for every position 2 players that could compete with themselves. You should be able to compete with Iwobi for that position. Yes, you're a flank, you play on the flank, but come on, it's modern football. You should be able to drift into the center of the pitch and do something. You're just there, not contributing anything. You know, it made no sense. 70 minutes of total rubbish from Bashiru and from, what's the name of this other guy? This guy that appeared, what's the name?
Yusuf.
Yusuf. It made no sense. It made no sense, honestly.
All right, so generally, how you sum up the play, how they play today?
Well, I think it's a disappointing way to end the qualifying round. You get it. Yes, we've qualified, but I think we should bow out in honor. You get it. We shouldn't have lost that game. It made no sense losing the game. It was a home game. Now we've not beaten them since 2012. You get it, and then they've turned around and then beating us. It made no sense.
At home.
At home, so it made no sense. Losing at home is embarrassing. Honestly, I think Super Eagles should know that this is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. Then number 2, they should really wake up. You get it. You're going for a competition in 3 months' time. You don't expect to go into that competition with this type of mood. You have to understand that whether you've qualified or not, a game should have you awake. A game should have you awake. You're supposed to be awake 90 minutes for whatever match you're playing. You get it. Yes, this is a loss. We can do it. We can do with it. It didn't affect anything. It didn't hurt us. We ended up qualifying and being top of the table at the same time. So it was a loss that didn't really bring impact. But I think and I believe that they should, you know, do better. Do better.
Moving into the African Cup of Nations, moving in there, I think our attack doesn't have that spark. Our attack doesn't have that, you know, that agility, that hunger to go there and create something and score. And I'm afraid of taking this attack to the Nations Cup, because if we take this attack to meet countries like Egypt, Algeria, Rwanda, that have the likes of Mo Salah, Riyad Mahrez, and the rest, how do you think these people will go? Because we only have Samuel Chukwueze there, and we only have Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, and coming there, Moses Simon. Nobody else. Lukman. Okay, let's say Lukman. Yeah. But today that Lukman is not there, assuming Lukman is injured, everywhere will just bust like that.
Well, I think, just like you said, aside the injuries, I want to be very, very plain and very honest. I'm not scared. Our attack is good to go. You get it. If there's any department I'm scared of, is our defense. You get it. Ekong is our main CB. And then the last 2 games, he has been shaky. So I'm not really concerned about, you know, every other the attacking department, because I feel like we have enough depth there. You know, Boniface is not even a starter when push comes to shove. You get it. And then Lukman comes in, and then Iwobi comes in, and, you know, what's the name of this other guy too? Chukwueze. He's going to come in and he's going to do well. Moses Simon, remember, is somebody who comes from the bench. So all of the guys that have started these past 2 games are not major players. They are not major players. So hopefully, when tournament kicks off, they're going to, you know, go there and play as good as they can.
All right. Thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.